Before I begin, I want to start off with something else that annoys me. If I had a larger subscriber base, I bet you that there'd be several comments in the comment section about how Mist is real, and I'm stupid for arguing against Mist because of course everyone knows that Mist is real. I'm not joking. You see, it's really bad and very bothersome. It just doesn't add anything. When people judge a video or an article entirely based off the title, and they don't watch the video or read the article before commenting. And this is compounded by the fact that often titles of videos and articles online tend to be misleading. Misleadingly outrageous in order to get more people to click on the article or watch the video. Sometimes the articles just straight up lie about what's in the article itself. The title is just lying. And then you click on it and it's completely different. So do not ever judge a video or an article entirely based off the title without watching it first, because you'll just look like a stupid person. But anyway, yes. Arguing against Mist. It's based, really simply, it's whenever you're in an argument, especially with lots of people, and it is not, no one seems to know what's being argued about. And every attempt by me, usually, to try to peg down, okay, are we talking about this? Is this your argument? What do you think my argument is? You're arguing against points I haven't ever made. What is being argued about? The analogy goes like this. In order to have a good argument, you need to be able to hold on to something solid. I.e., what's being argued about has to be clear, everyone's arguments need to be clear, and it needs to be very apparent how everyone's arguments relates to the thing being argued about. And the mist in this analogy comes into effect because if you have a cloud of mist and you try to grab into the mist to try to pull something solid out of it, you're not going to get anything. You can, as try as you might, you can grab into the mist cloud all day long, you're not going to pull anything solid out of it. So when you have a misty argument, you can have an argument that's hundreds of comments long, dozens of people arguing, and you can read all 100 arguments and then come away saying, what are they talking about? What's being argued about? People will end up making like irrelevant comments that don't have anything to do with anything, or don't have anything to do with the discussion at hand, and it just goes nowhere. So that's why it's very important, if you want to avoid misty arguments, to, and especially in a long argument, constantly be checking to make sure that we're all agreeing about what's actually up for discussion. And yeah, what's really frustrating is that there's been several instances where I alone am arguing against like 12 people, and I can't get any of them to tell me what we're even arguing about. And I'll try to say, okay, I'm pretty sure we're arguing about this. They'll say, no, that's not what we're arguing about, and they'll all disagree about what's being argued about. Like, then the argument is not possible. And what makes it worse is when you say, okay, you're misunderstanding what was said by other people. They'll accuse you of lying and say, no, my original interpretation was correct. So what will happen is they'll completely misinterpret what other people are saying, or they will just obviously not have read what was said or not read the comment carefully. And then when they're told, oh, you just misunderstood it, oh, you need to read it carefully, they'll say, no, you actually meant this. Like, which is of course absurd when someone says, no, you really meant this, when they're told that they misunderstood it, when the person they're saying that to, the one who actually made the comment originally, was the one who would be the most expert at knowing what they meant. So yes, these are literally the most frustrating of arguments for someone like me who prizes clarity very, very much in an argument, rather than just, I'm going to type angry comments until the other people get upset and leave. So really, I just wish that people knew how to argue correctly so that internet arguments wouldn't just leave me just angry and upset. Well, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. And that's my argument. Yes, that's my argument is, do not argue like a mist cloud. Argue like a rock.